welcome to the Vault. This is Neil, aka Mighty Fan, again coming at you with another weekly Combo Wombo with Mighty Fan vid here for the series on the Views from the Vault channel, of course, here on YouTube. Thank you again for joining in. Another wonderful and wacky at times episode, right? A little adventure. And speaking of adventures, I thought, what did I want to do this week, right? What did I want to do for the Combo Wombos, right? So I was definitely, inspired. And one of the things that I love to do, and I will say this, I know the fellas are always great with whatever content they put on the channel. But one of the series that I've really enjoyed, because it's something that I have a great passion for and I love to do, is when you have like Pierre and Munfu and Manolo. Shout out to all of them, of course, as always. When they go to those stores in New York and surrounding areas, and they're in there, and you can go, you can kind of join in with them, and see just nothing but just the walls of hats. And don't think I didn't notice those jerseys too on the top. In fact, I forget what store it was in, but if you guys happen to come across that authentic Pirates Andrew McCutcheon jersey again, you let me know the size and price on that bad boy. But anyhow, but no, I believe it was a Cutch. I believe it was a Cutch Pirates in there. But no, it was it's wonderful. And you can see with them, right? You can see the passion, right? And the joy that they have in there, right? Seeing all the hats, seeing just the variety of stuff. It is a candy. I mean, they are candy shops. They really are. Wonderful looking places. I hope to get there someday. I really do. But you see them, and you see them interacting with the workers there, and then the stories that they'll tell about those interactions. And let me tell you, that is something that I love doing. I love going. Look, we live in a world where everything is just a click away, right? You can go on your smartphones, your tablets, your computers, your laptop, whatever. Everything's so accessible, and it's just so easy to browse. You get lost in it too, right? You go on eBay, you just get lost in there. I know, I've spent my share of time on there. Quite a few of these come from eBay, but anyhow, you do. Everything's so accessible. Everything's a couple presses of the buttons away, right? But there's still nothing that, to me, and I know for a lot of you also, but I can only really speak for myself, of course. But for me, there's just nothing that beats going to stores, going to those brick and mortar stores and looking around and just kind of, never knowing what you're going to find, right? Finding those things out in the wild, as it were, right? I love going to stores. I love going to malls. I'm a mall guy. I love it, right? Mitchell and Ness, obviously. Love my trips to Mitchell and Ness. Love my trips to those stores. Because it's just, to me, it's just the grassroots of collecting. For me, right? Going out there, going out and about, looking for things, searching for things, hunting. Just having an adventure. Just going to these places and looking at these things. And there's nothing that beats just holding the things in your hand and kind of seeing the fabric, seeing how it looks, trying stuff on, the jerseys, the hats, of course. And at times, as we know, look, you can only do so much with stock photos on these sites, right? To actually see these things and see the vibrant colors and to see the stitch work and to see what went into these various creations. It makes all the difference in the world sometimes. Sometimes that's like the deciding factor between if you're going to buy something. And in some cases, it's not as good as I thought it would be. So you kind of put it back, right? And sometimes you find things you wouldn't expect. As the fellas have said, some of these stores, they have more things in store than they actually put online. So, yeah, I mean, you just never know what you're going to find. And I can absolutely understand why those guys have so much fun that they do when they go to those shops in New York. Because it's the type of feeling I have when I go out to the stores that I go to. And I'm a frequent store goer. And I've done the Manolo thing too, where you kind of do the little twirl in this store. Because you know what you're looking for. They don't have much. Okay, I'm going to the next one, right? It is wonderful. And, watching those videos, and it just, it's great. Because it does. It takes me back to it too. It really does. And I thank them for putting those vids up and showing those stores because it's just wonderful. I mean, my good, I would get lost in there. I really would. You just get mesmerized by all this selection of stuff, right? So I thought for this week's episode, what I would do is I would show some of, and only some. Now, I've gotten so many things over the years in store. So I would have a little selection of some of the things that I was able to find in store over the years. Maybe it's a jersey, maybe it's a hat, maybe it's a combination of the two. But anyhow, I thought I would do that for this week's episode. So here we go, right? So recently Manolo showed this. This particular jersey. And this jersey I did purchase at the Mitchell & Ness store during a sale some time ago. So I have it too. We got that Randy Johnson Diamondbacks. And I absolutely agree with Manolo. This is a very difficult jersey to pair up with the right hat because they didn't get the gold for the trim. They didn't do that on a lot of Diamondbacks hats. They're, like Manolo showed, they're more copper. The where it's gold here on the trim, it's copper on the hat. So I get it. Now, everyone, again, pairs things up, Combo Wombos things up the way they want to, right? So for me, so this jersey was purchased in the store, and I will admit this was an online purchase, but when Lids many years ago had this available, I had to grab it for the Combo Wombo for this. And I understand it's the copper and not the gold, but there's the hat, right? You got the patch on the side. It's not stitched, as we know, but it's still nice. You got the patch with the patch. You got the pinstripes with the pinstripes, the two-tone. I love that. And they did a selection of these hats some years ago. Green under, black guts on the inside. Very nice hat, and the pinstripes, it works pretty good. But, as I said, in store, right? And this was more of a recent pickup for me from Pro Image. So shout out to Pro Image. And shout out to Big John in our group. Because if it wasn't for Big John showing some pictures of one of his ventures into a pro sports at the Philly Mills Mall, I wouldn't have known they had this hat, because this hat they did not advertise on Instagram. So this was an exclusive for them that they didn't actually put on the gram. Okay, you had to kind of be in the know on this one. I know there's been various variations of this hat done, and I never got the purple one. I wanted to get the purple one, and it just, things happened, just couldn't. It is what it is. But thanks to John, when he posted it on the group on Facebook, the FHS group, I was able to see it in one of the pictures. It was sitting there with other baseball hats that they had, and I knew I had to have it. So we got the Diamondbacks right there. Just the plain purple with the teal under. That is just beautiful. I love that. And again, this was an in-store pickup, right? So I ran to the Philly Mills Mall, one of my favorite malls in the area, and I grabbed this hat from there because I knew it was there because one of our members posted it from his venture to the Philly Mills Mall, so I knew I had to have it. Now, this hat actually goes with all my D-backs jerseys. If I had to pick one specific, it goes okay with Randy, but I think it goes even better just because it's purple. And I know the Diamondbacks, that was their main, right? They one of their main hats was purple. I know they had some other hats, but the Shaling, even better because it's got the purple with the purple, got that teal going with the teal. It works, and of course the logo, on both. So now this wasn't an in-store purchase. This was actually got this from a fellow collector. So there you go. But the hat, I had to go run and grab it in store because I knew it was there after Big John showed it. So shout out again to Big John, one of the great hat collectors from the Philly area, and great Philly fans from the Philly area, of course. So up next, this one. Now this is, this is just a show that you can find stuff anywhere, right? So this next hat, this is a vintage hat, Florida Marlins, vintage teal. This is actually an old hat. Okay, this is a sports specialties hat. Okay, so you have the old tags on the inside, right? Now this one I actually found at a sports show at the oh goodness, why am I blanking on the word? Wildwood. I almost said Atlantic. I knew it wasn't Atlantic City. Wildwood. All right, Wildwood at a sports show. I went there with a buddy of mine. This hat was just kind of sitting with some others, and it's just, that that teal, it pops. Obviously, I have a few other Marlins hats, but not a vintage one. So this one was a pretty cool find. Just kind of random, right there. And of course, it does go with a couple Marlins jerseys I have. Marlins, here it is. Gary Sheffield right there. I have the white version of this jersey too, just not upstairs. But so I guess that hat would certainly go with that too. But there's the Combo Wombo right there. Vintage hat with a vintage jersey that was custom done into Chef. Again, I got this from a fellow collector some time back. But so it just goes to show, man, I look everywhere. Because you never know where you're going to find something. You just never know. So you always look. All right? So, and by the way, I have this jersey up in the background. I talk about tough jerseys to get the right fitted for. This one's tough because this colorway for the Chargers is tough to find the right fitted for it. But this is Kellen Winslow. This is an 84 Winslow. This was the first ever jersey that I purchased at the Mitchell & Ness store, in the old Mitchell & Ness store on Chestnut Street. And right now it's on 12th Street in Philly. Before that, it was on Chestnut Street. And before that, it was in another location. I didn't go to that one. The first one I went to was when it was on Chestnut Street. And that's the first ever pickup I got. It was on a sale rack. And I got this. I want to say it was the holiday time, around that time, around 2007 is when I picked this one up. And my first ever pickup at the Mitchell. Oh, there was a few more since. just a few. It's one of my favorite stores. So grab that one back in the holidays of 07, the old store. Oh man, talk about candy shop. That is how I fell in love with the jersey game, was that Mitchell & Ness store, the old one on Chestnut Street. And I got this jersey, Jordan rookie. This was at the more current location on 12th Street. This one was my first ever Mitchell & Ness Michael Jordan jersey that I ever got. And I got it in store. I even paid retail for it because I had to have it. Rookie jersey. So, and of course the fitted for it. So again, another in-store purchase. So one of the things that I loved, I will repeat that because it really took me back. The one store, and I apologize, I forget which store it was, but the store that the fellas showed in their trip to New York, the more recent one with Manolo, where you had the table of with the $10 hats. Oh God, I love that. And I found myself watching that video and my hands are doing the flip through thing. Of trying to see what through the hats. Oh, I love that. It took me back because I just mentioned the old Mitchell & Ness store, right? On Chestnut Street. They used to have a table in the store, and it was just all fitted. Because back then, Mitchell & Ness did a lot of fitteds, okay? Then they kind of got more into snaps. But, gotta bring the fit game back, Mitchell & Ness. Let's go. Anyhow, but they used to have a table in the store, and they had just rows of hats. And they had them some hats were 10, some hats were 15, 20, something like that, whatever, even $5 hats. And you can rummage through them and just to find your size and whatnot. But seeing that $10 table in that episode from Views in the Vault was, that was just, I'm like, I have to go to this store and go through those hats. Because I could see myself in that store. I could definitely see myself in that store going through the hats. They had a nice Twins hat there. I'm looking at them, ooh, they have that one. They have, ooh. Yeah, it may have gotten interesting with me in there. If anything else in that $10 table, because when there's deals to be had, yeah. But it took me back to the old Mitchell & Ness store and looking through hats, and even some other stores, just looking through the sale hats, looking through, trying to find those gems, and then you have to find them in your size. So it's twofold, right, for the fitteds. But one such hat that I found many years ago at the old Mitchell & Ness store was this. Yeah, Power of the Pinwheel. I know Mumfu's not a pinwheel guy. Munfu, I'm going to make sure you come around on them eventually, all right? That's one of my goals in life. He's looking like, that ain't it. Facts. I'm telling you, Munfu, spend enough time with me, you're going to see the power of the pinwheel, all right? So there you go. So we got the New Orleans Jazz hat right here. Old Run Mitchell & Ness. This is the type of stuff this is the type of stuff they need to get back to, okay? Green under, so it has that vintage look. Look at that. Oh, Come on. Huh? That's too much. So this hat was one of the hats that I got back in the day on like the 10, you know, the sale table for hats. Oh, God, the old store was, oh, those big circle racks of jerseys, and they had a wall of fitteds. Oh, boy. I miss it. I do. And I like the current store. But that old one, and if you were to tell me back then, you know, in the 05, 07, you know, years when I first started going there, that I would have a room of just racks of no way I would have believed that with those price tags. But, you know, when you collect, then you start learning about the deals and where to find the deals, right? And then you too can accumulate racks of joy. So anyhow, the jersey for this one was not purchased in store, but of course we got that Pistol Pete Maravich, number 7, New Orleans Jazz. Boom, there it is. Combo Wombo it up. There it is, right? Pinwheel power, I'm telling you. All right, so this is something that you would see back in like the early to mid 2000s, right? This Combo Wombo right here, and I still do it because it looked good back then, as I said before, and it looks good today. So anyhow, there is that one right there. Oh, that $10 tape, fellas! I'm telling you, I just. It was funny because I'm watching that up, and my hands are like doing the flip through too. I'm like, let me go through those hats. Oh, they're anyhow. Finally, last but not least, this was a pickup at a flea market. This is grassroots. You got to go everywhere to find this stuff, okay? This was a flea market pickup many years ago. Probably the best flea market pickup I've ever made. Old Run, Russell Athletic, Eric Dickerson, LA Rams jersey. Oh my, look at this. Huh? This is a flea market pickup. Okay, so this is the kind of thing. This is why I always search, because you just never know. And I love hunting for stuff. I love it. Yes, you can do it online, but there is just nothing like finding things out in the wild, in stores, flea markets, whatever. It does my heart good to do that type of thing, right? So for the Combo Wombo for it, another Old Run Mitchell & Ness fitted, the helmet hat, the big helmet hat. Look at that. Oh, come on, Mitchell & Ness, you gotta get back to these. I'm telling you, huh? That's a good hat. Come on, Mumfu, huh? That's a good hat. Anyhow, there it is. Combo Wombo it up. Fellas, again, thank you as always for all of your content here on the channel. But those in-store videos from those shops in New York, I can tell how special it is for all of you. And it's special for me to see something like that. Like I said, I've commented in those videos, man, I hope to join you guys sometime for a trip like that. Because I would love to see those stores. And just kind of be out in the wild, the brick and mortar shops. I love that type of thing. And like I said, I can tell how much you guys just have the passion for it. You know, just to be out there and see this stuff. It's just amazing. And it never ceases to amaze what you can find if you just go out and look. You know? So, anyhow, that's going to do it for this week's Combo Wombos with Mighty Fan, right? I hope you all enjoyed it. And as always, if you haven't already done so, and I know so many have, but let's keep it going, right? Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notified to all the wonderful content. And there's just so much wonderful content on this channel. And please, hit them likes. Like. Keep it up, right? Keep those likes going. And I will see you all next week for another Combo Wombos with Mighty Fan episode here on the Views from the Vault channel. From the Vault, this is Mighty Fan again. Stay safe out there, everyone. Mask up when you go outside. And go out and look. Go into the trenches. Go to stores. Right? Go out and look. Don't just look online. Go out to the shops. Do them business too. And it does your heart good to go out and physically find something and take it home with you. It's an awesome thing. All right, everyone, take care, and I'll see you in the next Combo Wombo episode. Mighty Fan saying bye.